Pro Dumpster Diver back at it again. So guess what? We have refined a massive amount of our gold from the 4 boards and straights. This is coming in now, and I wanted to show this to you. What I did is that I poured all the liquid in here, and I basically just left it outside to dry and then heated it up a little bit. So as you can see, this is the hardened gold, but it's not solid gold. It's actually broken a bit. And you can see here, if I actually pull up some of the green, which is the copper, it'll actually be under there right now. And I want to be very careful breaking this apart. I'm using a wooden spoon so that I have to be very careful. So you can actually see a lot of the gold right here, right now. Now what we're going to do is I want to weigh this to get a good weight. Ooh, damn. See, this is why you got to be careful when you have it, because when it's extremely brittle, it can break and crack and go all over the place. And I don't want to do that just yet. So I want to put it in Ziploc bags in order to weigh it. And you can actually see that some of the gold flakes are right there. So if we turn this over a bit, we got a lot of our gold here. If I can dive in, nice, nice, nice. I want to break it up into smaller parts to put it inside of a Ziploc here. And then what we have to do is get rid of all of this on the side and also on, damn, this is a big chunk. This is a big chunk. All right, now the good part is you can actually see where a lot of the gold is dried on the bottom, but it's not all solid. You see how it just comes apart like this? All right, this is good. All right, all right, I want to dig in right here, which is definitely good. So I got to be able to break it down a bit more where it's solid right there. And this is what happens when you dry the gold out. It turns into this type of form, okay? So what we want to do is I need to weigh this before I take it to get refined. So I have our Ziploc bags here. I don't have the usual because this is a much larger amount. And what I have to do is I have to double Ziploc this because this powder can actually end up floating in the air, okay? And this is very, very expensive. And I need to be very careful with this right now, right? And it's good to have these bigger chunks that can actually fit inside. So I can just take it and scoop it up, which is very good. That's why I'm using a bit of a bigger Ziploc bag right now. And always remember, Ziploc bags are your friends, because now with things like this, I can immediately take it. And then what I have to do is I have to get some water when I spray this and then get all of that down right now. So we're scooping this up as best as we can. Have to be very, very careful. And I'm not going to end up using a metal spoon at all. I don't want to use any metal or anything like that in. Oh boy, this is good. This is good to finally get all of this gold in here right now. Look at all these chunks. Chunks of gold, people. Chunks of gold. Hard work, determination through acid to get all of this done. To finally get it refined is going to take a lot. I could pour it in, but I don't want the dirt going everywhere because this dirt is, you got some hairs in there. Massive amount of, oh, that's why you got to be careful. There you go. There goes $90. All right. So instead of scraping this off, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to end up spraying it with some water. And then I'm going to take a filter paper and just scrape around the ends of it there. I don't want to use any special type of brush and then lose that right now. Okay. But I do want to get as much of this in there as I can to be very careful. Well, you know what? Let me see if I can pour it. Maybe I should be able to. So let's bring this down. Let's scrape down what we can right now. Yeah. I'm gonna have to, and that's why I'm using a wooden spoon. Okay. All right. So let's put this inside of our Ziploc. See, I gotta be very careful with this right now. Okay. All right. So we did get most of it. I will go through this with some water in order to clean it out, because I don't want to get any of it on my hands at all, because again, again, this is still like, I can see the gold down in there and I don't want to lose that. All right, so we have our gold inside of a plastic bag. Now I would usually write the weight up on top, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this just like that. Okay. And then what I usually do is I usually double bag it. But before we do that, we're going to weigh it. Okay, we have our weight scale here. We will turn it on, zero it out, and then we're going to go to grams. This is very important. Okay, we have our grams, and now we are going to weigh it. This is the final amount here. Woo, 200 grams. All right, so this is amazing. We have 200 grams of gold scrap green. Remember, the green itself is a lot of the copper that's in there and possibly some plastic. Now, what we can do is we can actually end up calculating what this is right now per ounce here. Okay, so let's look at what we're going to do is go to goldprice.org. Okay, goldprice.org is going to end up letting us know what gold is at right now. And gold is at $3,352 an ounce. Okay, now I'm going to click gram here. Okay, and it's going to come up as $107 a gram. Now, that is at 24 karat. This is not 24 karat. This is 10 karat. Okay, very, very low. This is 10 karat. It's pretty low here right now, but it is a large amount. So if this was, let's look up 10 karat gold, 10K gold price per gram right now, and it will tell us that 10K gold is $43.13 a gram. Okay, just in today's price, you know, it's half of that right now, which is fine. Okay, so $43 there, $43 for 200. That's crazy. Is it exactly 200 grams? I'm gonna weigh this again. Damn, I thought it was exactly 200. Oh, okay. So, all right, 190. Damn, close, very close. Okay. Now, again, I still have to get the gold off of this, so we'll probably go to the 200 or 205. Okay. So that is 43.13 right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to a calculator and type in 43. What was it? 43.13. Okay, so it was 43.13, which is 10K right now. So we're going to type in 43.13 times 199. Okay, and that gives us $8,582, which is amazing. Now, again, that's at 10 karat. Now, if I put this up and they say, hey, it's actually 12 karat gold, then I'll probably be expecting maybe 9. I believe it may be close to 9 right now. Let's look up the price of 12 karat gold. Okay. Now it's saying that the current price of 12K gold is approximately $61.16 per gram, according to Mid-State Recycling Refinery. This is gold based by 73. 12K being around 50% pure gold. Okay, all right, so this is 12K at 61. Now, before it was 43.13, 61.16. Okay, let's go here at 61.16. times that by 199. Oh, wow, it's actually more than 9. I get 12. Okay. Now, let's say this is less than all of that. Let's say this is only 8% gold. Okay. Now, 8%, again, 8 karat gold is pretty low, right? Let's just say, and I always go to the lowest number here. 8K gold is not a fixed amount, variable rates. However, 8 is 33% pure gold there. So let's look up what we actually have right now. Gold price Z. And it's going to tell us, okay, so 8K gold price is 3608. Okay. Now, again, that's pretty low, but I'm not going to be upset or anything like that. 3608 is low. However, 3608 times 199 is 7,000. Okay. Now, when you take it and sell it, they're probably going to try to give you maybe 5 or even 4. To be honest, I'll be satisfied with 1,000. But yet again, I'm showing you guys in the entire point. Again, everything I do with you is on camera so you can actually see that you're doing it. Again, I showed you what I did with the gold. I showed you how I got it, how we did. In fact, let me see something here. I actually do have some of the boards to show you. You see boards like these? I showed you guys what to do in the rotisserie oven. I showed you how to get the components off of it. There's no components on this gold at all. It has been depopulated. So this gold can actually go into acid. And once you get that, that goes inside of the filter paper. You spray that into all 8 of them, depending on how many you have, all into one. You put that and you let that sit and dry. Try not to heat it up because you will end up losing some gold there. And guess what? This is what we got. We have an entire Ziploc bag full of 200 grams of gold. Okay. Now what I'm actually going to end up doing is I am going to spray this with some water, and I might even, I don't want to use my finger in that because my finger will turn blue, but I will see how to get all of this little bit of gold out, and this will actually be a straight 200 right now. Okay. And the good part is actually being inside of a Ziploc bag, you can kind of crush it with your hands. But the difference is if you try to crush it and it's a bit sharp, don't do it because you might pierce the bag and then that gold is going to go everywhere. So be very careful with that. All right. That's how we did it. 200 gram there. We got a lot of money. Pro Dumpster Diver.